Caleb wants to talk loud. He wants to talk about how he's going to kick my ass and he's going to beat me down. Well, I'm not too hard to find. When Caleb Crush was 15 years old, he used to come to the wrestling shows and, watch us all do our thing and then stick around afterwards and get autographs and take pictures with all the guys. That's how I originally met Caleb Crush. Next time I saw him, he was walking through the doors at our training facility, and the promoter asked me if I could show him a few things that he had just, signed up for classes, and if I could make him into a wrestler. I was the guy that was there every day with Caleb Crush. I was the guy that was in the ring with him, pushing him every day at training, every day at practice, giving him the opportunity to wrestle around with guys like, Trajan, guys like Johnny Crash, and guys like Epic. And, I was the one that was there every day, kicking his ass, pushing him, trying to make him better, trying to get him to be in a good spot. The things I did for Caleb Crush's career, it goes even beyond just training. I forget what wrestler called in sick or didn't show up, and the promoters were just going to scratch that match off the card, but I was the one that raised my voice and said, hey, give the kid a try. Let's see what he could do. Let's put him out there, and we may be feeding him to the lions, but let's see how he reacts. Let's see if he's ready to take this step yet. And they took a chance on Caleb. Based on my word, based on my recommendation, they took a chance on him, and he went out there and he got his ass kicked. He lost, but he showed a lot of heart, and from that point on, whenever somebody needed a fill-in guy, we used Caleb Crush. And then when I became a promoter myself, I made him a permanent part of the roster and put him out there every show, gave him those opportunities, put him in the ring with top talent in his territory, and really pushed his career as hard as I could. Caleb Crush has said it many times, and he'll, I don't know if he's still claiming this, but he's told many people around him that if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't even be in wrestling. He wouldn't be in the sport at all. So I feel like he owes me a little bit more than he's shown me in the past. Last year when I wrestled Trajan Ender in a retirement match, my career was on the line. It was Trajan's idea. He threw out the challenge. Loser goes home. Retirement match. All the cards are on the table. And I agreed. I've never ducked a challenge in my life, so I agreed to the match. During the match, I look into the audience and I see Caleb Crush. He's not there to support me. He's not there to have my back. He's not there cheering for me. Supporting Trajan. Cheering loud and proud. Not for me, not for the guy who's done all this stuff for him, not for the guy who got him in this sport, not the guy who trained him. Not that guy. No, he's cheering for Trajan to end my career. To be blatantly in the other guy's camp. Now, I'm not saying I wanted him in my camp. I'm not saying I asked him to support me or anything like that. But after all I did for him, to see him just so blatantly against me, cheering for this guy who's trying to end my career, and disappointed when I won, upset that my career was still going, that Trajan lost a match that was Trajan's idea in the first place. To see Caleb's reaction that night, and I mentally locked that one away. I mentally put that in the back, and I knew someday I'd be in the ring with Caleb. I knew someday I was going to get to see him and face him in the ring. And the second I heard he was coming to Primo's, I immediately called the council and said, put me first in line. Because I remember that. I don't forget that. I'm not going to forget you stabbing me in the back so publicly. I'm not going to forget that at all. I've owed Caleb a good ass kicking since that night. November 10th, Church Ranch Event Center, a good ass kicking is exactly what I'm going to give him. The Church Ranch Event Center, November 10th, that's where you can find me.